Vintage Winter Farmhouse. January decorating ideas for a rustic and cozy charm. Hello everyone, I am Alice, and I am so glad to welcome you to the Decorilo YouTube channel, where we dive into all things home design and interior decorating. Today, we're going to explore some wonderfully cozy and rustic decorating ideas to bring warmth and charm into your home during the cold winter months. January, with its chill in the air, is the perfect time to embrace vintage farmhouse decor, a style that exudes a comforting, timeless appeal. If you are someone who loves the cozy ambiance of rustic charm, this article is for you. Together, we'll look at ways to infuse your living spaces with that vintage farmhouse style, using simple touches that make all the difference. So grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's get started on creating that inviting, rustic charm that's perfect for this time of year. When it comes to vintage winter farmhouse decorating, the key is embracing a sense of warmth and nostalgia. The beauty of vintage style is that it doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's all about the beauty of imperfections and aged patinas. Think about worn wooden furniture, antique heirlooms, and subtle touches of nature. In January, the world outside may be blanketed in snow, but inside, you can make your home feel like a snug retreat with layers of cozy textiles, the glow of candles, and the richness of earthy tones. A simple yet effective approach is to start with neutral, earthy colors such as soft whites, muted grays, and natural browns. These colors create a calming atmosphere, ideal for a vintage winter farmhouse vibe. You can combine them with deeper, richer tones like forest greens, burgundy, and even shades of navy blue to add contrast and visual interest. Adding vintage fabrics like worn linen, burlap, and homespun cotton will provide tactile warmth and a sense of history to your home. One of the most important elements in creating a vintage winter farmhouse look is the furniture. Look for reclaimed or antique wooden pieces that have a story to tell. A distressed wood coffee table with visible grains and imperfections, for example, can become the focal point of your living room. You can complement it with a comfy, slip-covered couch in soft linen or cotton. The slipcover, especially in a neutral tone, will help soften the look of the room, and you can layer in textured throws and pillows for added comfort. A vintage rocking chair or a simple wooden bench in the entryway can add character and function, offering a charming place to sit while you remove your winter boots. Don't forget to accessorize with old, weathered picture frames that feature family photos or artwork with vintage-inspired designs. These details can make a space feel like it has evolved over time and has a story to tell. When decorating for winter, it's important to create an inviting atmosphere, and nothing does this better than lighting. Vintage farmhouse lighting typically features soft, warm tones. Instead of harsh, modern lighting, think about using lantern-style lamps or rustic sconces. A beautiful touch for the colder months is to include candles, as they not only provide light, but also a soothing ambiance. The warm glow of candlelight will bring a sense of serenity to your home, especially when paired with vintage candlestick holders or antique lanterns. If you are looking for something more substantial, you might consider a vintage chandelier made from wrought iron or aged brass. A chandelier can be the perfect statement piece above a dining table, adding warmth and rustic charm. You can also try battery-operated string lights to add an extra layer of twinkling coziness to any room. For a true vintage winter farmhouse feel, incorporating natural elements is essential. Winter can often seem barren outside, but inside your home, nature can still play a big role in creating that rustic charm. Start with wooden branches, pine cones, and dried herbs. These elements are a nod to the natural world and the slower, simpler pace of farm life. A beautifully arranged branch in a vintage milk jug or an antique pitcher can create an understated yet elegant centerpiece for your dining table. Consider using evergreen garlands to drape along mantels or across windowsills. If you are feeling crafty, you can make your own wreaths from natural elements like holly, eucalyptus, or pine branches. These touches will add a breath of fresh air and a connection to nature, even in the middle of winter. Another key feature of vintage farmhouse style is the use of textiles. In January, it's essential to layer your home with textiles that provide both warmth and texture. Start by using wool or plaid throws, which are perfect for draping over the backs of chairs or sofas. The classic red and black plaid is a hallmark of farmhouse style and pairs wonderfully with neutrals like cream or taupe. For your bedding, choose quilts or comforters in soft, muted tones, or go for a vintage floral print. A patchwork quilt, whether inherited from a grandmother or found at a flea market, can be a beautiful and nostalgic addition to your bed. You can also incorporate throw pillows in various sizes, fabrics, and patterns. Mixing textures like knit, velvet, and linen adds depth to the space, while also keeping everything cozy and inviting. Winter in a vintage farmhouse is also about creating a sense of calm and relaxation, and your bathroom can be just as cozy and rustic as the rest of your home. Start with vintage-inspired accessories like an old-fashioned wooden stool or a reclaimed wooden mirror frame. Add soft, fluffy towels in muted tones or with simple, classic patterns. You can even consider switching out your shower curtain for one made of natural linen or cotton to bring in that rustic farmhouse feel. A vintage metal bathtub or a clawfoot tub would be the ultimate statement piece for a vintage-inspired bathroom. Incorporate natural elements like a small wooden tray for soaps, candles, or fresh flowers, and add a few touches of greenery to bring life to the space. The key is to create a peaceful, restorative atmosphere that makes you feel like you've escaped to a tranquil farmhouse retreat. Adding some vintage farmhouse-inspired wall art is another simple way to bring personality and warmth into your home. You can mix and match old weathered frames with artwork that speaks to the vintage farmhouse aesthetic. Consider framed botanical prints or antique farming tools hung on the wall for a nod to history. Signs with charming farm sayings or inspirational quotes can also add a rustic touch to your space. Even a simple wooden wall shelf can hold antique trinkets or vintage books that enhance the feel of the room. Be sure to vary the sizes of your artwork and arrange them thoughtfully to avoid a cluttered look. It's important to keep things balanced while allowing each piece to tell its own story. Incorporating vintage finds into your home decor doesn't have to be limited to just one style or era. Mix and match different vintage items from various periods to create a more eclectic yet cohesive look. For example, you might combine a Victorian-style armchair with a mid-century modern lamp, or place an antique farmhouse table alongside a 1950s-era rocking chair. The charm of vintage farmhouse style lies in its ability to blend old and new elements, creating a home that feels lived in, full of history, and endlessly charming. Think of your space as a canvas where each piece of furniture or accessory tells a story of a bygone era, and together they create a beautiful, welcoming atmosphere. As we come to the end of our vintage winter farmhouse decorating journey, it's clear that this style is all about embracing the beauty of simplicity, history, and nature. By combining antique or vintage finds with cozy textiles, natural elements, and warm lighting, you can create a space that feels both rustic and inviting. The vintage farmhouse look is timeless, and it offers a sense of comfort and nostalgia that's perfect for the winter months. Whether you are decorating your living room, kitchen, bedroom, or entryway, the key is to focus on creating a home that feels lived in and welcoming. By layering textures, incorporating natural elements, and embracing vintage pieces, your home can transform into a cozy winter retreat, ready to be enjoyed all season long. To conclude, vintage winter farmhouse decorating is more than just an aesthetic. It's about creating a lifestyle. It's about slowing down, enjoying the little things, and finding beauty in the imperfections. As you bring these elements into your home, remember that each piece you choose adds to the overall warmth and charm of your space. It's about creating an environment where you feel comfortable, relaxed, and at ease, especially during the colder months. Whether it's through the use of vintage furniture, cozy fabrics, or the glow of soft candlelight, the vintage winter farmhouse style can help you create a home that's perfect for unwinding and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope these ideas have inspired you to create your own rustic, cozy winter retreat.